Hi guys, welcome back. Today I'm bringing you an Age of Empires 4 build order for the Chinese. This particular AOE4 Chinese build order is for professional scouts, and it's actually the fastest professional scouts build in the game from what I've seen so far. So the Rus are often thought of being the strongest professional scouts civilization because they're able to get quite a lot of scouts out fairly quickly from the hunting cabin. However, this particular Chinese build order actually gets your scouts out a hell of a lot quicker. You actually reach the field age really quickly and also get professional scouts in less than 5 minutes. So the Rus normally get professional scouts in about 5 minutes and 46 seconds from what I've seen from pro player games. So this one is really quick, and by the time that they've got their professional scouts in, they've probably normally got about 4 scouts on the field. In this one we should have a full complement of scouts up at the enemy deer patch by the time their opponent's professional scouts would come in. So yeah, it's really strong. But enough of that, let's dive in. So the very first thing we're going to be doing is sending all your villagers over towards the berries and making a mill, and we're also making an imperial officer at the town centre there. So the reason we're doing that is basically the imperial officer is going to be supervising the mill, which means that the villagers, every time they drop off food, they're going to be dropping off an extra 2 food. So it's almost like having an extra villager. It's actually going to be even better than having an extra villager there. So really strong. So the next villager to come out is going to go over to wood. We're actually going to send 3 over to wood. We're going to make a house and a lumber camp as well. I'll just speed that up a little bit, get those 3 on there like so. And at this point we're going to send 1 more over to food, just to bump us up to 7 on food. Like so. Just going to make a house as well. And then we're going to send 6 villagers over to the gold. So what you want to be doing as well is with your imperial officer, it's really important that you do this. Whenever you get 20 gold within your mill, just take your imperial officer and drop it off at the town centre. Just because that's going to really give us that gold boost that we're going to need for later on in the game. And certainly just to help us get up to the field age a little bit quicker as well. So yeah, every time you get 20 gold, make sure you've got to micro that little imperial officer to drop off the gold at the town centre there. So following on from that, as I say, we're just sending 6 over to the gold. I'll speed it up again. Whoops. Speed it up again and we'll see what happens. So when you get to about 3 minutes and 30 seconds, we're going to make the landmark. Let me just slow this back down to normal speed. We're going to make landmark. We're going to send 4 from the food to go and make landmark. What I tend to do is pre-select 4 villagers, put them in a control group, and then when I can, send them forward. Now, I wasn't quite able to do it in this example, but it's fine. But you can see, generally if you get it around 3 minutes 40, that will actually start building it about that time. That will mean that you can get the professional scouts upgrade in less than 5 minutes, which is super fast. So we've got the 6 on gold now. We're going to send another couple of villagers over to the food. At this point you could decide to make scouts instead if you wanted to just have a couple of extra scouts out, just to give you that little bit of a boost in terms of getting them across the map, and really taking advantage of that early professional scouts research time. So these 4 villagers, once they've finished, they're going to go back onto food, and just make sure you keep collecting gold. As you can see, we've nearly got enough gold there. Well, we've got enough gold now for professional scouts. So as soon as that comes in, professional scouts is being researched. The mill is being supervised, so it does mean that professional scouts is going to be done in 25 seconds, as opposed to, I think it's a minute and 15, I believe. That everybody else would get. So we're going to move over those gold villagers over to food. It's going to give us quite a lot of food, and in this example we are just adding a few more onto food as well. But yeah, options at this point, you could either send a few more over to wood, or you can send a few more over to gold there, and perhaps also get a second imperial officer. Now as you can see, the stables has come up, so we've moved the imperial officer over to the stable, and at this point we're just spamming scouts. Now they're only created in 6 seconds now that's being supervised, so we'll be able to very quickly get our complement of scouts together. And yeah, they're just pouring out of there. One thing I've started doing actually is just scout spam with this strategy, and it really takes the opponent by surprise a little bit. Just going in and raiding taking down their buildings. So it's pretty good against the Rus actually. If they're fast castling, you can just get in and wipe them all out. But yeah, the professional scouts came in at 4 minutes 55. There we go. We'll put the enemy deer patch now. This is generally the time that the enemy professional scouts would be in. So as you can see, we've got quite a few scouts. And yeah, that's it. So thank you very much, guys. Do have a go at this one. Let me know what you would follow up this strategy with, and whether you think this is a viable strategy for the Chinese. It seems to work fairly well for me. Just slow down your castle age a little bit, but do let me know in the comments what you think of this one, and I shall see you on the next video.